Frankenstein.
It's one of the first episodes of Sistah Sit-down. And we're going to be talking about some little excerpts of our book today, Love Zombie. And we're going to just give you a couple of tidbits of what we've been thinking about and thinking through. So it's, I'm Edna J White, and my associate here is Nicole J Christian. And we're going to just be talking some raw things about being unstuck, and we're just going to be talking about it. And I just wanted to share some of the points that we were just discussing about relationships and where we are as far as relationships and what we go through in those relationships. And Nicole, explain to me what you just told me about the relationship with being a zombie.
And being a zombie, before we talk about that also, is about creating Frankenstein in your own life. Mm-hmm. Many of us have, as you remember the mad scientist, he patched together a human being from discarded parts.
Right.
So we go and pick up a partner from among their discarded parts. Mm-hmm. A heart here, a leg there, an eye there, a soul there, a leg there.
Yeah.
We patch them together, put some electricity in them, put some hair on their head, some food in their stomach, a place to live.
Yeah, the food is the energy.
That's the main thing. Feed them.
Because we were told when we were younger that a way to a man's heart is to his stomach. So we're going to feed him to death.
Yeah, feed him, give him a place to stay, give him some food to eat, patch him up, and then prop him up.
Yep.
And expect him to function like a normal human being every day.
Every day.
But in reality, they're Frankenstein.
Yeah.
You've now created your own monster. So years later or months later or sometime into the relationship, you realize that this person is not necessarily
who you thought he was.
And he's not really reacting, or she's not really reacting normally.
Right.
And if you remember from the Munsters, their whole premise of the whole show was that they were trying to be normal.
Right.
And they were all monsters. And the father, who was a Frankenstein, had issues with emotion.
Right.
Commitment.
Right.
Social wares.
Yeah.
Understanding how to work. He had issues with normal everyday life. Mm-hmm. And everyone tried to help Eddie Munster, but it was for naught. Because at the end of the day, he was a monster.
And I'm a little bit more practical, and I'll say onto your side of what you're just saying, I think we go way back and we pick out parts of the good men or the men that we had. We take parts of all those relationships and try to patch together this new guy. We got this guy that we saved. Oh, I can add a little piece of Peter to him, and John to him, or Alfonso to him, and we put it all together, and he's not even the person that we're looking at. We've created this vision, of this person, and it's not even the person it's a person that we thought
created. And many of us create those visions in relationships and sometimes in marriage.
Absolutely.
We're told that things are supposed to be a certain way, so we work very hard to live down to the standard that we've been taught, not up. Because going up is about being your full, authentic self. We work down to whatever standards and labels that people told us. Well, if you don't do this, just ignore him. He'll come around.
Oh, no. Favorite one is a virtuous woman.
A virtuous woman.
Will always make someone else virtuous. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's if that person wants it.
If they want it.
A great point. Is the only authentic person that was in the movie of the Munsters was the grandfather, because Grandpa knew that he sucked blood.
He was a vampire. And loved it.
And told his daughter, you need to love it too and embrace it, and taught his grandson Eddie,
little Eddie,
to do it.
Yeah.
To love the way he is.
Was, and to accept himself.
Right. While
Herman Munster, not Eddie. Herman Munster was the father.
Right.
Herman Munster was the father.
Mm-hmm. But he could never. Grandpa could never make Herman act the way he needed to, just be himself.
He was hiding it.
Right, because he was working and taking the props of other people in where he thought there should be normalcy. Everyone else embraced that. You know, his wife, Lily.
Morticia.
No, that's Adams. That's the Adams.
Oh, I'm confusing the Adams family.
Lily was the wife with monsters.
Yes.
And she enjoyed what she was doing. She enjoyed it. Now, the Adams family was totally different, though. The Adams family,
that's who I'm thinking of. Is the Adams family.
Yeah, the Adams family
that was the vampire.
No, they were just weird.
And the two hands.
They were dead.
The
they were dead. They were dead people.
Yeah. They were zombies.
They were dead. Yeah, they were zombies. And they had children.
Normal children.
Human children. Yeah, human children. And they loved the fact that they were different. They didn't care about what anybody else thought. The monsters always wanted to fit in with the community. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think most of us, we take on all these ideals from other people, from influential people who are just supposed to be teaching us our original selves. You know what our original selves are? Our original selves is knowing that we are one with God and God is one with us. Once we figure that out, we create the rest. Mm-hmm. But we're so bogged down figuring out, like one of my clients have said, figuring out what God's will is. God's will is that what?
None would perish, and that all would have everlasting
life.
So
you don't have to figure that out.
That's the will. That's the will of God.
What do you have to figure out?
Totality.
Yeah, what do you have to figure out? So what you're telling me is you're superseding the omniscient to figure out his will for you.
To go further than
further than him. I'm the omniscient. You're going further than the omniscient. So if you're limited in your thought, you're just a drop in the bucket. You're going to try to figure out something bigger than you.
That's correct.
It doesn't even compute to me. It really does not even.
It's a fool's mission.
That's what it is.
It's a fool's mission.
And that's what there's a scripture.
Your life.
Scripture again.
Yep. It's a fool's mission to try to figure out. It says, don't worry about what you will eat or drink. Such as today. Today has enough sorrows of itself.
And that's the how.
That's the how. Don't even. Your focus is God's will,
right? And
that's that you will never that you will not perish
and have
everlasting life.
And that's over and over again, even when you die.
Everlasting is longer than forever.
It's longer than forever. Everlasting. As many times as you come back here, whether you believe it or not, you're coming back here. And if you come back here, it's only because what? You didn't do the first work. You got to do it over again because you didn't learn the lesson. Mm-hmm. You didn't learn the lesson, and that's people are getting so caught up in that box of normalcy, whether it be church, whether it be a community, whether it be family. We get caught in this box, and we're freer than that because we are spirits. People forget that we're spirit beings
in a human
experience. They totally forget that. They take it back and say, "Oh well, we're human. We're only human." Yeah, but if you say you believe in Jesus, if you're reading what I've read for many years, Jesus did inhuman things. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Things that weren't even possible
in that era, for sure.
And so you're telling me you don't even believe the man that you have so much love for. You don't even believe him. So how can you even take on a role? Oh, that's my hero. I've heard somebody say, Jesus is my hero. He's your hero? How can he be your hero? And you're not doing not half of what he did.
Or trying to.
No. You're just saying it because you are programmed. Again, another zombie move. Another zombie with your hands straight out. Walking. Jesus. All of those things that we've done are programming. Hypnotism is nothing but programming. Mm-hmm. Affirmations are nothing but programming.
Yep.